Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren out there teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect, 144,000, and the rest of the elect out there, shalom. I'm the brother Damahal Gabar, here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, and it's going to be a quick lesson. I came across this video at Secular Talk, and fair use, fair use. I'm not profiting from this video, nor am I monetizing it. I'm just using it for educational purposes. And as you can see, this moron, all right, this worldly thing here, Nicki Minaj, got her so-called nigger's wake-up call. And you see, and this is why a lot of our people, man, are going to fail miserably here in Babylon the Great. And as the scriptures say, your trust in the shadow of Egypt is going to be to your shame, man. And this broad, Nicki Minaj, as you know, I've been seeing, she's been, was seen around Erica Kirk, going on TPUSA, and she was at the White House, basically bowing down and kissing the ring to Donald Trump. Just making a complete total ass of herself, and what basically going to, going to the serpent and, and playing, trying to, playing with this serpent, playing with the damn devil. And she just realized that, she just got played, man, and ultimately what she did was she went to the enemy to bow down and to kiss the ring, talking about how she loves Donald Trump and he's the best president. He's her favorite, going over there, basically, worshiping this damn devil, worshiping at the altar of Trump. And she totally made a complete total ass of herself, man. And all of that ass kissing, all of that making herself look stupid, turned around and bit her in the ass, and she got played by this damn devil. And like we've been telling you, this man cannot be, you're never supposed to trust your enemy, man. You see, our people's faith is supposed to be in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, and I'm gonna play this video. Shit's hilarious, but they're just gonna explain how how she went there to try to trim her way to seek love, but got totally denied, got dissed, got played, got in typical fashion, got used and abused by Esau Edom. You see, we've been warning you, Jake, and telling you this man cannot be trusted, man. All right, that this man ultimately he hates you, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans guts, and he'll use you for whatever he needs to use you for. But soon as he doesn't need you anymore, he'll cast you to the side. He'll flush you down the toilet like the piece of shit that he looks at you as, man. All right, and now she's just done. She's basically just ruined her career pretty much, man. She's never going to be able to bounce back from this because, for one, she's lost respect and she's lost her so-called black fan base. A lot of people that liked her music, that thought she was, somewhat respectable, has come to find out that, hey, she ain't no different than any of these other ass kissing bootlicking Negroes, man. And then on top of that, she got totally dissed by Trump and white America. So now, she's never going to be able to bounce back from this. But this is what happens when you, trust thine enemy and you allow yourself to be used and abused by the goddamn devil. And we've been telling you that this man is your enemy, that this man is not your friend, and we've been warning Jake and blowing the trumpet and telling you to stay away from these damn people and put your faith and trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. But let's play some of this video. This shit's hilarious. The dude doing Secular Talk is hilarious, man. Kyle. Which he could be a Jake, man. Who knows? But this video is hilarious, man. So I'm gonna play this video. It's just and it's like you want to feel sorry for Jake, but we can't feel sorry for Jake because starting with the prophets and the men of Great Millstone, we've warned Jake over and over and over again about dealing with the devil and trusting in your enemy and putting your faith. Oh, matter of fact, let me get that, man. This is something that she's gonna have to find out the hard way. It says, Proverbs 25:19, confidence in an unfaithful man in a time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. You see, and here it is, right? This dude Trump then basically reneged on everything that he said he was going to do. He's everything he campaigned on, he's doing the complete opposite. And everybody, even a lot of these maggers are seeing that he was full of shit. That that they put their confidence in an unfaithful man, and look how Trump turned around and burned him, man. I mean, look at how he's turned around and burned everybody. How he's burned For instance, like Iran. Remember they would talk about, oh, we're gonna have peace talks, and we're gonna go and have peace talks and go and talk. And when they went to the hotel to go talk, they bombed them, man. So this man cannot be trusted. You're putting your confidence in this unfaithful man. It's like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint, and those are two horrible ailments and two horrible things you have to suffer through, man. And now this broad Nicki Minaj is realizing that. And what I think she lives in New York, so I'm pretty sure she came across the prophet. She's seen the men of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, but because of her pride and her arrogance and her being part of a part of this so-called music industry, she ain't gonna take heed to the prophets and the men of the Lord. I'm pretty sure she'll shit on the prophets and the men of the Lord the first opportunity she get. But hey, nobody feels sorry for her stupid ass. And look at her. She's a complete, total harlot. Matter of fact, let me get this before I read this, man. Just look at her in that picture. She's a complete fucking moron. Look at her. She's a complete clown for these elites and for Esau. Look at her, man. She's a fucking degenerate, man. Let me see something. No, that's not what I wanted. Let me see something. Yep, this is Hosea chapter 2 and Hosea 2 and 2. Plead with your mother, plead, for she is not my wife, neither am I her husband. This is dealing with the Most High speaking, to Israel in general. But Israel, as we know, we are the bride, we are the wife to the Most High. So this applies to Israel as a whole. And Nicki Minaj is just a small example of the scripture I'm getting ready to read, because she's coming in this same vibration and spirit that I'm getting ready to go into. It says, plead with your mother, plead. And have we not been pleading with Israel? Have we not been telling our people the truth? Have not we been giving them the skinny on trusting your enemy and Esau and Trump and the system as a whole? Absolutely we have. It says, for she is not my wife, neither am I her husband. Right. Because our people have played the harlot against Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And this broad Nicki and her actions and what she did with Trump was spiritually, and literally her going and playing the harlot. You see, she's going and begging Trump and doing all these things. They're going to explain in the video why she went there. But why didn't she just pray to Yahweh Shem Yahushai? You see, she could have just, acknowledged the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Plead her cause to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Put her faith and trust in him. But no, who did she go to? She went and played the harlot. She went to to Trump and to this government, which is the ultimate harlot, It says, let her therefore put away her whoredoms out of her sight and her adulteries from between her breasts. And our people are not going to do that. Our people are not going to stop their spiritual adultery against Yahweh Shem Yahushai. They're going to continuously to play the harlot till eventually they're going to get destroyed, man. It says, lest I strip her and set her as in that day as she was born, and make her as a wilderness, and set her like a dry land, and slay her with thirst. And this is what you're going to see happen to this broad Nicki Minaj. You see, like I said, she's getting ready. She's getting ready to be stripped. Like I said, her doing what she was doing with that whole Trump and going to Erica Kurt made herself like a complete and utter fucking fool, man. You see, and now what? She's lost her, a lot of her barbs are going to leave her. A lot of her black fan base is going to look at her with a side eye. And now that she got dissed by Trump, now she's going online talking about, they're satanic. They do blood rituals. They're satanic. But bitch, this whole time being a part of the entertainer in the music industry, you were part of that cult as well. You were serving the same God that they were doing these rituals to. So it shows you how Jake is just totally destroyed, and she's a fucking hypocrite. And now she's mad. Now she's gonna expose all this stuff and do all this shit because that's the only card she got left to play. But it's too late for her. She's the Lord is going to strip her, and she's going to lose all her so-called success, all of her endorsements, and she's going to be left out there on her own, man. It says, I will not have mercy upon her children, for they be the children of whoredoms. For their mother have played the harlot, she that conceived them have done shamefully. For she said, I will go after my lovers, that give me my bread and my water, my wool and my flax and my oil and my drink. And the majority of our people believe that, America, Egypt, the so-called white man is the one that gives them their bread and their water, their wool and their flax, man. So this is why she was going to Trump and, buddying up and basically going to, going to the White House, going to TPUSA, playing the harlot, man. You got to look at it in a spiritual sense of what she was doing. And look how it ended up working out for her, man. You see, because she didn't go to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. She didn't pray to the Most High. She didn't put away her wickedness, leave the music industry, acknowledge the fact that she was an Israelite, and take heed to the prophets and the men of the Lord. She went and played the harlot. And what happened? She went there, got used up, got pounded, got did dirty, and got left to dry, man. It says, therefore, behold, I will hedge up thy way with thorns, and make a wall that she shall not find her paths. And she shall follow after her lovers, but she shall not overtake them. And she shall seek them, but shall not find them. And you're going to see how this scripture is going to apply to what she did, how she got played, man. She followed after her lovers. She went to Trump. She embarrassed herself. She did whatever they told her to do. She did a little PR campaign. And ultimately, at the end of the day, got left out to dry, man. And ultimately she was doing it for her own benefit. But the thing that she even did all that for, she still didn't get it. It shows you that, man, our people are very stupid and very silly, man. And we got to be the Israelites, man. It says, then she will say, I will go and return to my first husband, for then it was better with me than now. And she's not going to do that. Like I said, well, she might now that she's blown out and she's lost and she got played. She got bit by the serpent, and nobody is pitying her for what she did because she had no business doing the shit in the first fucking place. You see, it says, for she did not know that I gave her corn and wine and oil and multiplied her silver and gold, which they prepared for Baal. You see, therefore I will return and take away my corn in the time thereof, and my wine in the season thereof, and will recover my wool and my flax given to cover her nakedness. See? And now the Lord is going to totally expose this broad. It says, and now will I discover her lewdness in the sight of her lovers, and none shall deliver her out of my hand, man. So let's play some of this, man. And I got another precept when I'm going to close it. But hey, this is what she get. And not only her, this is what all you sell out and you coons get when you go and play the harlot and search after your lovers, which is this government and Esau, and not after Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So let's play this.
So as you all know, Nicki Minaj recently decided to make a big old MAGA turn, and man, it's a rough thing to see. It is tough to watch. So she did some event with Erica Kirk. That was bizarre. She started tweeting some MAGA bullshit, and people speculate, is it tied to the fact that like she's got abusers in her family and she's trying to get them pardons? I'm not sure because I don't know if the charges are like state charges or federal charges. If they're state charges, Trump can't even pardon them. So, like, I'm not sure if that's the reason. But now we have a new theory, and the theory people gave was she's a permanent resident, but she's not yet a citizen. And so she's trying to suck up to Trump because she's afraid that she's going to get deported. And so she's, like, going full MAGA to try to find a way to get full citizenship. And
and that's her, spiritual playing the harlot. Like I said, she didn't put her faith and trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. She wasn't like, look, I know that, shit is crazy. They're deporting immigrants. They're doing this, they're doing that. But you know what? I'm going to put my faith and trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. No, she went and literally played the fucking harlot. She went and bent the knee. She went and bent over. She went and cocked them wide open, for this government and for Egypt and for Trump, thinking that was going to save her, but it didn't save her ass. She got played. She got used and abused. She got, I don't want to be too graphic, but she's through.
And behold, what ended up happening? She went to these like a few like MAGA events, and Trump allegedly gave her one of the gold cards. Now, the gold cards, for those of you that don't know, Mr. I'm anti-immigration decided, if you have enough money, you can hop on the fast lane and fucking get citizenship like this. All you got to do is pay $1 million and you get citizenship. So apparently he's anti-immigrant unless you're talking about like wealthy Saudi princes and the biggest billionaire assholes in the world. So like he wants to shut down the border unless you're talking about the shadow government of moneyed interests and the cabal of pedophile, rapist, billionaire sadists. Those are the ones he's like, welcome, come here and rape, please. He does this event where he hands out this gold card to Nicki Minaj. And what happens next is hilarious. Ready?
Trump really played Nicki Minaj, and she didn't even see it coming. Nicki Minaj went online earlier this week bragging about receiving a Trump gold card and being one step closer to citizenship. But
you're like, yeah, daddy took care of me. And bro, I say this, and she went to the White House, bro, ain't no telling what she had to do behind closed doors with those nasty, filthy individuals in that White House and all these Epstein file shit. We know how these devils get down. And, you can't put it past the fact that once she was at the White House and the cameras went off, what they probably made her do, the humiliating, ritualistic, odious works of disgustingness she had to do behind closed doors, man. And still on the top of that, still got played, still got left out to dry, still got finessed, man. See, but our people, man, hey, they just never learn, man. But let's go.
It turns out she was completely bamboozled, and here's what people need to understand. Donald Trump created the gold card concept as a way for wealthy individuals like Nicki Minaj to fast-track their pathway to citizenship by paying $1 million or more to the U.S. Treasury. Nicki, however, claimed she received the card for free, and now we know why. Because the card she was given is completely fake. Yes, fake. Nicki even showed off the card online and told fans she was currently finalizing her citizenship paperwork. But here's where it gets messy, because the White House just shut her down and released a statement denying that Nicki Minaj ever received an official gold card. As a matter of fact, a White House official told...
See, look at her. I forget the brother's name, but, there was breaking it down how back in ancient Rome, how those blonde wigs and blonde hair was the sign of the prostitute, And look at her. And like I said, man, believe you me, what she probably had to do behind closed doors when she was at the White House after the cameras went off, hey, only God knows, man. But like I said, we know how these devils get down. It ain't you got to do a lot of depraved and a lot of nasty things behind closed doors to win favor with these demonic individuals, man. You see?
Press, the card Nicki Minaj received was nothing more than a memento, which means it has no legal value and no impact on her citizenship process. Now, this is especially awkward, considering the female rapper has previously admitted she came to the United States illegally.
Now, by the way, I know that was a shitty TikTok AI video, but I looked it up and it turns out everything they're saying here is true. Man. Oh, that's embarrassing. Oh, that's embarrassing. So they used you in order to do your shitty fucking pro-Trump propaganda. She went on Katie Miller's podcast. That's psychopath Katie Miller. She did a TikTok video with fucking Scott Bessent where she's singing her song like Bees in the Trap and like it's supposed to be like cutesy and like look at them dancing around. They trot her out at some event to say like, I'm his number one fan. I love Donald Trump. They give the card. It's totally fake. It's totally fake. She was under the impression I just got citizenship because of this thing. And they're like, we didn't give you fucking citizenship. That was just a memento. That was just like a prop or something like that. Oh my God, bro. Come on, man. What did you learn, Nicki? What did you learn? You're not on the team, bro. You're not on the team. I say the exact same thing to the like black and brown immigration agents, right? Like you think you're on the team. One of the guys who killed Alex Preddy was named Jesus Ochoa. Like you think you're on the team? The second you're out of uniform, they'll round your bitch ass up too. Mm-hmm. They're deporting Cuban Americans who are overwhelmingly right-wing. They're deporting Venezuelan Americans who are overwhelmingly right-wing. There are, some people involved in the Latinos for Trump thing who've been fucking deported. Okay? None of you are safe. You think you're safe? You think they like you? No, you're a token. They use you and they fucking discard you. I was going to say the second you become inconvenient, but you're not even inconvenient and they tossed you aside. Okay? Because you lay down in a den of vipers, a nest of vipers. That's what you did. So you're going to get motherfucking bit. And that's exactly what happened. Okay? It's so sick. It's so sick.
See, you hear what he said? You get bit. This is Ecclesiasticus 12:10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. All right? Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. All right, and let me jump down to 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? Then he just said you got bit. These motherfuckers don't like you, Jake. They don't give a damn how much money or success you've had, how many records you sold. Because you're so-called Nicki Minaj, you think you're special? You think you're different? No, man. They look at you the same as the everyday average so-called Negro, Latino, or Native American on the street, man. All right? You're going to be used and abused. This man cannot be trusted. He is not your friend. He doesn't like you, man. All right? It says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent or any such as come nigh wild beasts? So you had no business taking your ass, like he said, to the snake pit, going amongst these damn devils. Because what was going to happen? You were going to get bit. But again, she thought she was safe. She thought she was special. Like I said, behind closed doors, who knows what they did to that woman or what type of horrible act she had to perform on Trump and on different members of that of his administration to curry favor, man, and all to be given a fake so-called gold card and a fake and a momentum and a token of the proverbial pat on the head, only to get played like a fiddle, man. You niggas ain't never gonna learn, man. And guess what? Nobody feels sorry for her, man. And like I said, she's losing a lot of her black fan base. Even a lot of her so-called fans are turning on her and looking at her like, what the fuck is she doing? All because what? You wanted to go and play the harlot, man. You wanted you went to the devil and got played. It says, so one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him and his sins, who will pity? For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry. Yeah, now you fall and he out. It says 16, an enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit. He will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood. If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first. And though he pretend to help thee, yet he shall undermine thee. And he undermined your dumb ass. He gave you that fake card. She was online talking about, hey y'all, I'm fast tracking my citizenship, only to find out that shit don't mean shit. And it was a tokens gesture, and you played yourself, man. You played yourself, all right? Hey, and nobody feels sorry for this broad, man. But that just shows you, look, man, hey, Jake is they never gonna learn, man. And that's why, hey, our people are gonna continuously lose, by putting their trust in the shadow of Egypt, putting their trust in his government, especially putting their Trump in fucking Trump. And like I said, confidence in an unfaithful man is like a broken tooth or a foot out of joint, man. And now she got played. She's looking like a fucking idiot. It's only going to get worse for her. But hey, that's what she gets. Nobody feels sorry for her, man, because we warned you not to trust this man, But hey, it's going to be what it's going to be, man. So good for her. Nobody feels sorry for her ass, man. She get what she deserves. All right. So with that, I'm going to close it there. I just wanted to do this quick video. Lord willing, it was edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Bashem Shai. Lord willing, this is edifying. Until the next one, shalom.